is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. First carry for the former Buckeye, J.K. Dobbins. He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Baltimore.
With success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling, usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance. Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the second round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football out of the backfield? To be able to get him in the second round, that's what I call a steal.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. Tackle made by Chase Young.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson eluding the pressure right. His throw incomplete. Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver, but now it's 3rd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. He can run for it, and he will. Jackson, always a threat to run. He's got the 1st down. He was the NFL's leading rusher among QBs a year ago. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Got him in. It's Brown. And some room to work. 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. And the Ravens lead at 7-0.
Makes the score Ravens 7, Washington 0. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Haskins and the Washington offense going to come up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. He gets it to Sims, complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, Haskins. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Haskins not the most mobile of quarterbacks, but delivering there on the scramble to pick up the first. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. A first carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissick. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry. I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Let's go one more. Let's go.
Third down, here's Haskins. And that will be incomplete.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on 3rd down to bring up 4th. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Fielded just inside the 20. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got him the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's Jackson. Flushed out right. This will be caught by Brown. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 15 yards on the play, first down. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Strong safety Landon Collins, the one who got a hand in there, knocked it away.
And the end result of that play, you're almost not sure what you really want, because when he gets outside of the pocket, you actually hold your breath because you think he's going to run for big yardage. But when he chose to pull it down and throw it, and a play was made to knock it away, that's a pretty good end result. Not one you expected when the play began.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Devin Duvernay. His first NFL reception goes for 6 as the Ravens push further out in front. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Ravens 14. Washington, nothing. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Thomas, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Here's Haskins to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, and now it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves him looking at a fourth down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here's Tressway now. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6.
A 6-yard.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. He rifles one that's intercepted. Reuben Foster picks it. The 20. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And he pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Here's McKissick, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd and goal.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Washington, nothing.
They'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Now Haskins to throw it. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
A 22-yard attempt.
Hopkins' kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Dobbins running out of the gun. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line.
On the carry for Baltimore.
But one thing we certainly know, Alabama churns out first-round picks, and there's another nice play there by one of them, Jonathan Allen, the big defensive tackle.
Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line, 44-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, their first 2 drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
First catch for the Washington leader in receiving yards a year ago. Good for a first down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Now Haskins on first down. And that's complete. It's Sims. Past the 20. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A big pickup of 38. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
Check 26. Check 99. Check 99.
Throwing again, here's Haskins. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Mike 40, Mike 40. Time to go, night, night. Off. Yeah, check, hey, Mike. Hey, no, let's switch the mic right here. We'll go Mike 40, Mike 40. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. Go, he's moving. He's moving, boys, he's moving. Come on.
Haskins back to the air. Flush to his, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Derek Wolfe popping in for the sack.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
3 down. Let's go. The line is. Squeeze. All day, dog. Oh, hey, go Mike 40, Mike 40. Now watch one. 40's Mike. 40's Mike. Watch his left.
On 3rd and goal, Haskins. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They'll try it now with Barber. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And the Ravens come up big down at their own goal line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects it.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. A couple of extra defensive backs in the ball game here on 3rd and 6. On 3rd down, here's Dobbins. And he'll have the first down as he's up to about the 18. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. 1st down.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up 1st downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
It's important to do, especially early in the game like they have. A good pick up there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. Flushed out right. It's complete to Brown, right side. And all the way down inside the 25 before he gets out of bounds. A big play there just before halftime. 52 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Jackson now. Escaping the pressure right. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. Eluding the pressure right. That is caught at the 7. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. The Raven passing game getting in sync, another 1st down. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of a half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
They'll run here with Ingram. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. So 3 drives, 3 touchdowns, and they're a PAT from going up 21-3.
And there's no doubt in my mind, you're liking what you're seeing so far, aren't you?
It's been unbelievable. Like a well-oiled machine, if you will.
What's really tough, though, that defense, they're leaping the shadows at this point. They don't know which way to go. They're being hit in every direction, and they have no answers thus far.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
2nd and 2. From the gun, it's Haskins. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48.
Haskins' pass intercepted by the Ravens. They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
After the interception, here's Jackson going for it all. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Intended for Marquise Brown. Incomplete.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's 24-3. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
Takes over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time.
Tackle. A gain of 2.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move him off the line of scrimmage.
Haskins hit, and he lost the football. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. Here's Haskins out of the gun. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face, coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
A 41-yard punt there with no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion from the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Check out. Hot. 13. Marks 56. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Check out read. Kill.
And now whistles here and a flag down. Looked like someone got going a little early. This O-line's been great. They've got the big lead, so give them a pass there, I guess.
Yeah, I would think so, because we were grading them on their performance in this game. A lot of pluses in their boxes so far.
So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15. He's going deep for Brown. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Play action. Now Jackson sliding out of the pocket. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. They'll run on 1st down. Dobbins. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice satisfying run on 1st down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
Flush to his right. He's going to find his tight end, Boyle. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
They go play action with Jackson. They'll roll him out right. Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And the return will stop right around the 25. If they needed a break, they needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Bring it.
Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
For Dontrell Inman.
In the 3rd quarter here in D.C., a 2nd and 10 upcoming.
25-yard line.
To throw again. Haskins slings this deep for McLaurin. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. Big yardage that time for Washington. 62 yards.
I don't think we'll ever get enough of watching one-handed catches, and when they pay off, they are spectacular. But how about the times they don't pay off and coaches go, 2 hands still works.
I know, but they go for them so often now that I'm almost starting to take them for granted.
Yeah, that's unbelievable, isn't it? Because these are sensational type plays.
Especially that one with the defender right there.
12-yard line.
On 2nd and 9, Haskins. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Like a freight train off the edge, Calais Campbell with a sack.
On the play. Brings up 3rd down.
40's a mutt. Check pass. 40's a mutt. You ain't doing nothing today.
Now Haskins, 3rd and long. Dancing to his left. He's going to, and I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, this from 34. And Hopkins' kick is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So another good job defensively because they've allowed 3 trips into the red zone, but only the 2 field goals.
Yeah, that's the bend but don't break, isn't it? And they really didn't get broken at all because if you're running off the field having allowed 2 field goals and 3 trips in the red zone, you've actually come out ahead.
Yeah, flip it over to the other side. The offense, they'll hope to cash in for 6 next trip. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. Now it's Jackson. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. And that was a heck of a play there on the outside.
Partner, sometimes I think on a play like this as a corner, you've got to think to yourself, all I got to do is slow him down so others can come over and support. But in this case,
and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 30. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line.
They'll take over.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Down at the 4-yard line. A pickup of 2 brings up 2nd and goal.
So it'll be 2nd and goal when we return. We've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Working with a 2nd and 4. They go back to the ground, this time Barber. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
They'll run with Barber. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
It's now 4th down and goal.
A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. That's going to set him back 5 yards. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal.
Mike 40, check, he's go. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want it. Let's go. Hey, 40, Mike 40. Hey,
They'll try and throw for it with Haskins. And it is incomplete. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. An opportunity for them to salt this game away after that 4th down stop we just witnessed as they hold a commanding 3-score lead in the 4th quarter. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bagley used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards, the final tally.
23 yards.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. They'll try to run some clock with Ingram. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career. And Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson on the run. He'll let this go deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
That's out to the left and complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
2 yards.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the 1st down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half.
8-yard attempt.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me in your nightmares.
On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. Buying time to his left. Now Haskins hit and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. but it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. It's complete to Snead.
Jackson's pass.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. 2nd and 6 from the 10. A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1. An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Jackson. They set up the screen for Dobbins. Dobbins hit and he fumbles. And it's Washington that scoops it up.
Jackson's pass complete. Fumble on the play. Recovered by the defense.
So we've got a challenge. Our referee's going to take another look on the tablet. He's going to be watching to see if the knee was down prior to the ball coming out.
I love what you just said there. You nailed it, because if the ball's shifting or moving before the knee or any other part of the body hits the ground, then that'll be considered a fumble.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory, and it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second.